Alright guys, I'm really excited for today's episode. I got these new KUFA Crab Pots and I just set one up. It looks like it's going to work well, and I also have another one right here in the box, and I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to set up this guy. It's going to be the exact same as this one over here. The only thing that I needed that this didn't come with are these little carabiners. I just needed one to hold on the bait bag up here on the top, so that it's not off to the side and the crab can pick at it without coming in. And then just got to borrow a couple bricks from the yard, and that'll help weigh it down. Sometimes you don't even need that, but if it's a little rough, I'm going to take them just in case. But without further ado, let me show you how to set this up. Alright, so this is what comes in the bag. Mine was a 2-pack, that's why I've got 2 of them, but you can also buy 1-packs, I think. And essentially you'll get one instruction guide per trap. You'll get the actual metal frames for the trap. You can get a crab gauge, a little bag to hold your bait, some leaded line, a harness to hook the line to the actual trap, and then of course a buoy. So it's a pretty comprehensive little package. I think 2 of them are somewhere between $100 to $150, which it's a little expensive, but when you kind of factor in the price of crabs these days, it's kind of pays for itself. Alright guys, these are super easy to set up, so this will be a pretty quick video. But essentially what you're going to do is you're going to take these out of the plastic protector. This piece here with the elastic hook is the bottom, so you're going to set that on the bottom. And then this other piece is the top. So you're just going to want to set this down like this on top of it, so that this is going to hook in like this. You just want to have one of them hooked in for now, and the other one doesn't really matter where it is. We're going to hook in one side at a time. So now the best way I found to do this is just with some simple vice grips. You just set them to a larger setting, and then you tighten it down like that. So you just squeeze it down, and sometimes if you get it right, it'll be crimped down as far as it needs to go on your first try. So let me give you guys a closer look at that. Alright guys, so hopefully you can see there is a hook here that just needs to get crimped down around this metal bar, and that'll keep it from coming apart while it's in the water. So the best way I found is just with a pair of vice grips. You just set the vice grips up to a larger size. You can pick it up like this, and then sometimes you have to shift it off this so that it doesn't stick, but it's very easy to just crimp those down, and look at that, it's perfect. Now what you're going to do is just go ahead and lift this side up. You can kind of see the form of the cage now, and you'll just take this and you'll hook it in like so, and then you can lean it down that way, and then you can crimp them just like you did the other side. Now the crab trap is just about finished. This is how I'm going to use it for storage and also transport. And then when you get to the water, you can just lift it up like that, and then push this side one in like that. And there's a little bit of tension here, so it'll keep it from coming apart, but I'll probably use a zip tie while I'm out there just to be sure. And then this side over here, you just lift up, and it's got a little spring-loaded clip, and you just clip that on here, and it'll keep this door shut. And this is the door that you'll use to open it and get to your crab. Alright, moving on, we'll set up the harness. Alright, this is the harness, and this is what you're going to actually hook onto your crab cage, and it's got 4 little like plastic carabiners, and this will also help stiffen up the walls a little bit if you hook them around 2 of the walls. So that's another thing to keep in mind. And at the top, it's got this little stainless steel ring where we're going to tie our line. The line is 1/4 inch leaded line, and they give you 100 feet, so that's plenty for, you know, most of the places I want to fish. This is the buoy that we're going to tie the line to, and it's just a standard foam buoy, except one thing you have to know is you have to have your fishing license Go ID is what it's called. It's a number on your fishing license. You can find it. It's near the top, and it's labeled Go ID. it's a 10 number digit, and you just have to have that written here on your buoy somewhere in Sharpie, or with stickers or something permanent. And without further ado, let me show you all the knots I use to put these on. Alright, so I'm going to do like a figure 8 knot, going to kind of like a stopper knot. And it's pretty simple. You just go with your main line, you give yourself about 2 feet or so, and you make a figure 8 up here before you stick it through any of the holes in where you're trying to secure. So you have this, and then you stick this end through the metal ring here. And then what you're going to want to do is take out some of this extra line. Alright, so a little up close here. This is the knot through your line. Your line is then going through where you're trying to hook, and then you're going to just simply follow this line back. So you're just going to pull that tight. You're going to follow it around this way, following your previous line, and then follow it back through this way. As you can see, it's coming around that way, and then go back through here, following that same line. It's now going up this way, so you're going to go back through there and then up through that way. And that is a little figure 8 style knot. I don't know if that's the official name for it, but hopefully you can tell. It kind of looks like a figure 8. And then I'll just pull that tight, as tight as I can. And then I like to put a little stopper knot in it. So the way I do that is put my thumb on here, and I go 1 wrap over, like that. Here, let's go a little bit further down. 1 wrap over, like that. Then you make an X, like that. And then you remove your thumb, and you keep these 2 loops. But then you take your tag end, and you thread it through those 2 loops. And then that'll create a little knot like this. And it'll hopefully prevent this knot from coming undone by having an additional little knot here. And there you go. That's how I hook it on. And I do the exact same knot hooking this line onto here. So let me show you what that looks like. There you have it, guys, the finished product. It's on pretty secure. I don't know if it's overkill or if it's underkill, but let me know how you guys tie up yours. I'd be very curious to know if you guys use any special knots that you think hold better. But anyways, this is how you tie it on, and then let me show you it all together. One last thing to remember, write your Go ID down here on the buoy before you head out to the water, and you're basically good to go. Alright guys, and it was that easy. Got my crab gauge up there, and can just open this up. Hook on my bait. So to do that, I'm just going to go through one of these holes. It's a little hard with one hand. And I'll just pull it over a little bit and hook it on there. And then this will dangle inside the cage. And if I stuff it full, they won't be able to pull it out the top. So the very last thing you need to do is get a handy dandy brick. Put that in the center. I might upgrade that to something that can be zip tied down. But once you do that, you can close her up. And she's ready to be dropped down. There's the 2 crab pots I'm going to be dropping tomorrow. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'm going to be, hoping to catch some big crab coming up in the next video. So stay tuned for that. And I hope you guys are able to get out there and get on some crabs yourself. So as always, thanks for watching, and have a good one.